Greetings everyone, and welcome to a combined update / closer look video. Yeah, as you may guess from all the stuff around me, and maybe a little something to do with the shirt here too, it's a Doctor Who item. A very special Doctor Who item. Now, those of you who have been watching my videos for a while, in particular my Doctor Who related ones, will know that I have been on an epic quest for ages to acquire the original DVD releases of the first 4 seasons of the new series, the 2005 to present series, and of course the Blu-ray sets of the more recent seasons, the Matt Smith ones and stuff like that. And then you will also know that I thought I had acquired them, and it turned out that all of them were bootlegs. So essentially, given recent events and recent releases, I've decided to change the quest and shift the focus in a slightly different direction, beginning with what I'm going to show you today. Now, for those of you who frequent my Facebook fan page, you will have seen a sneak look at this yesterday. I just posted a picture showing that I got it. So here it is in all its glory. I picked up Doctor Who, the complete Matt Smith years Blu-ray collection. Yeah. Now, a couple reasons why I bought this rather than trying to collect the season sets. One of the big things was price. This set is actually really cheap compared to getting the individual season sets or series sets. Yeah, I mean, here in Canada, the series sets individually, like the Blu-ray versions, go for about $100 each. Sometimes you can get them for as low as $80. But getting 3 seasons, like all 3 seasons of Matt Smith's years, would have been like easily, like close to $300. And then, of course, there's the 2 specials, Day of the Doctor and Time of the Doctor, which are not in the season sets. You have to get them individually. So this was $115. So that was a way to get the whole kit and caboodle for a lot less, like less than half the price. And then on top of that, this also has a lot of extras that aren't in the individual sets. Yeah, so there's some exclusive extras in here too. So we'll take a look at all of that and a whole lot more. Well, not really more, but we'll take a look at all of that today on a closer look as we look at Doctor Who, the complete Matt Smith years Blu-ray collection on the Multimedia Chronicles. Alright, well, let's head on down to ye old black box, and we'll take a closer look at the Doctor Who Complete Matt Smith Years Blu-ray Collection. Okay, here we go. Kablamo. There we go. Yeah, this is a really nice set, I have to say. I've been kind of waffling about getting it for a little while. I was thinking, I don't know, I really want to get the individual sets. But then I actually checked out the contents on this, and I was like, okay, sold, done. So I had made up my mind to get it, went to HMV because I'd seen it there, and their last copy was gone. So, went back a week later, which was today, well, yesterday now, and lo and behold, they had one left, so snagged it. And that's pretty much the whole story of how I got it. Yeah, so typically at this point in time, it goes for about $100. I got it for $115. I have seen it go for as much as $160 in stores. Even still, I mean, any one of those prices is a great deal for the sheer volume of content that you get in this set. Now, they did also release a complete David Tennant years collection a few years back, shortly after he wrapped up his tenure. And originally, I didn't have any interest in getting it because it was all DVD, and his last few stories were actually done in high def and are available on Blu-ray in the complete specials collection. However, now I'm kind of backpedaling on that and rethinking it and thinking, yes, actually I would really like to get that set as well, because it would be a great way to get, all of the David Tennant stuff in one fell swoop, but also to have the extras that are exclusive to that set. which you can't get in the individual season sets. So so I'm thinking that the complete years collections are the way to go for New Who. All right, so let's take a look here and see how it looks. So there, of course, is the lovely cover art. Flip around to the back, get sort of just an overview of the contents there. Quite nice. As you can see, there's quite a ton of extras. Now, I should mention this has absolutely everything that is on the individual series sets, so you will not be missing a single thing. And it has an additional disc of extras that are exclusive to this set, which we'll take a look at in just a little bit here. The top doesn't have anything. Should mention that the Blu-ray logo and blue bar here it's not a thing that can be taken off. It's actually printed right on the box, so you're stuck with it. Oh well, it's a small price to pay for the otherwise fantasticness of this set. And there's the you can see that it's all out of focus, but there's that, and then this end. Yeah, so this is the end that'll probably be facing out on my shelf, and then this of course is how you get into the whole thing. So it's just a book, slides out of the case like that, and we see some Gallifreyan text there. The Gallifreyan language, of course, is all circular based. I don't know what this means because I don't speak or read Gallifreyan, but I'm assuming it's Doctor Who, the complete Matt Smith years in Gallifreyan. So let's take a look here. So that's the front, and then on the back we have the seal of Rassilon there. Very recognizable Gallifreyan symbol. Very, very cool. So, and then of course we have the sort of battered wooden look of the TARDIS there, which is quite cool. So we open it up, and we are initially greeted with this beautiful painted artwork of all the main characters and some of the others, monsters and whatnot from the series. Quite cool. And then a lovely little quote from the 11th Doctor right there, just taken from one of the episodes. I can't remember which one, but yeah, it's going to be fun going back and watching these again. I haven't actually watched very many of these episodes for a while, pretty much since they originally aired. So here we have very nice double page art spreads on every page of this book. So of course, how to get into it is pretty straightforward. You have I know a lot of people don't like these in particular for DVD sets, because it's basically a book with a cardboard sleeve, and then you just put your finger in the center hub here and just kind of bend the page down a little bit just to get it over the lip. It's like curved. Well, I'll show you in a second here. So you just slide it out like that, and I don't know how well you can see, but it's actually, yeah, you can see there. You can see the edge there actually goes almost perfectly in line with the disc. So you just bend the page down a little bit just to get the edge to pop out over the lip, and then you can slide it out quite easily. They don't really stick or anything. They actually, they come out pretty easily, which is good. I was going to say, a lot of people don't like these for Blu-ray or for DVD sets because it tends to, has the potential to scratch the discs. These being Blu-rays, however, you have to be really... Oh, you can see a bit of the crypt over there. Let's look at the camera. Hey, how's it going? You have to be really determined to scratch it in order to damage a Blu-ray disc like that. So let's take a look at the disc art here, and I'll also hold it still so you can pause and read the contents there. I'm not going to read everything to you because it's just too much to go through. But there, of course, we have a weeping angel, and then. We have Madame Vastra before she became a good guy. This is actually from her debut story where we first met her. Quite cool. Long-awaited return of the Silurians in definitely modernized form. And then just let you read through the extras there. And of course we have Vincent van Gogh from the very popular, critically acclaimed episode Vincent, which I have to concur is one of my all-time favorite episodes of the new series with any Doctor. I think it's just a fantastic episode. I've been, as you know, I've been watching the show Defiance and playing the game quite a bit. The actor who plays Vincent in Vincent Van Gogh in the episode Vincent and the Doctor plays one of the main characters in Defiance. He's actually one of the main villains of all things. Very, very excellent actor. Love his work. Very dramatic picture of the Doctor there. So as you can see, we got the last bit of Series 5 here, and then on to Series 6. This disc here is just extras. You can see here it's just the Doctor Who Confidentials and trailers. And then, of course, we have some lovely disc art featuring Dr. River's song. Very nice. If we move over here. Sorry. There we go. We have a space shark, apparently. There we go. So we got a shark floating around. I think this was from the Christmas Carol episode. Yeah, been a while since I've seen that one. I remember really liking it though. Really fun Christmas episode. And there we have one of the squishy duplicate people from the Almost People. Very kind of gross. Kind of reminds me of Odo from Deep Space Nine. But all right, so just slide that in there. All right, have you read all the extras? Good to go. Can I turn the page now? Okay, here we go. There we go. So we got the of course the Impossible Astronaut menacing the Doctor. Quite an elaborate story in Series 6 regarding like the you know they always have the season-long story arcs. The one in Series 6 was really complicated, but good fun. And there, of course, we have a Dalek. Yep, gotta love the Daleks. Dalek. Now, of course, it's a Cyberman. I'm not stupid. I know my Doctor Who villains. Yeah, just a bit of fun. I'm very tired, so I'm sorry if my humor isn't as sharp as it usually is. Yeah, and it's kind of weird they show like the discs. Like, this is disc 1 of 3 on this page. This is disc 2 of 3. This is disc 3 of 3. Like, yeah, we can see that. We don't really need that illustrated. We can just look at the book and see which one it is. But I don't know, whatever. Anyway, and then disc 4 is just all Doctor Who Confidentials, apparently. And so you really have to bend the page just ever so slightly. Like, not so much so that it's going to damage it, just enough to pop the disc over that lip in the pages there. And there we go. So yeah, so I really have no worries about scratching the discs. These pages are nicely laminated as well. So I mean, as long as you keep them clean, you should be fine. So they're not like they're very soft. They're not rough at all. I have seen some sets like this that have rough cardboard inside. And it's like, what are you thinking? Why would you do that? So there's a Cyberman. Yeah. All right, I'll stop. It's, of course, a Dalek. Little side note. A dialect. Yes. When I was a moody teenager, my parents thought it was a good idea to send me to a psychologist. And this one particular psychologist I went to a few. They didn't help. This one particular psychologist I went to was a bit of a Doctor Who fan. And we got to talking about it a bit one day, and he said, yeah, I really liked those robots. What were they? The dialects. Yeah, the dialects were really cool. Really? The dialects? Seriously? Like, come on. The word is Dalek. It's not difficult. You're adding syllables. You're making it more complicated. Like, what? Yeah. Maybe you begin to see why I didn't get much benefit from that particular psychologist. Nice enough guy, just didn't really know his Doctor Who as well as he thought he did. So here, of course, we come into Series 7. Or no. We've been in Series 7 since the disc with the dialect on it. Yes, okay. So there, of course, we have the Doctor and Clara roaring along on a motorcycle. Very cool, dynamic shot there. And here we go. We see Madame Vastra once more. Now she's on the good guy team. And, of course, Strax also now on the good guy team. And Jenny. Gotta love Jenny. I keep saying, like, these three really need their own spin-off or miniseries or something. I don't know. Just give them something to do, because they're such a great trio of characters. I just love them to death. So we got quite a pile of extras on there as well. Definitely going to enjoy going through those. And then here we have some more of Series 7. This is the last bit of Series 7. Long-awaited return of the Ice Warriors that we had not seen since the 70s. So that was definitely a 50th anniversary treat for long-time Who fans like yours truly. And then here we have Richard E. Grant, actually in his third foray into the series. Third, you say? What were the other two? Well, the first one was Curse of the Fatal Death, which was a comic relief special, primarily starring Rowan Atkinson as the Doctor. Richard Grant had a brief turn as a short-lived regeneration of the Doctor. There was a bit of a womanizer. And then, of course, he played the Doctor, been referred to as the Nth Doctor. It was originally the 9th, but he's now referred to as the Nth Doctor in an animated special entitled Scream of the Shalka. So this is his third sort of foray into the world of Doctor Who. This time as a villain that menaces the Doctor. So this takes us right up to the name of the Doctor, which of course goes right before the 50th anniversary special. Quite a few extras here. By this point, Series 7, they had abandoned the confidentials, and I think actually Series 6 they had too. But we got a few on there. I think they did some just for the Blu-ray release or something, or they did some shorter ones, or I don't know. Anyway, they don't do the full-length Doctor Who confidentials anymore. They never had the full-length ones on the DVD or Blu-ray sets anyway. The only way you could get the full-length versions is if you recorded them off TV yourself, or knew somebody who had them and could get a copy from them. I'm happy to say I do have sets of the entire uncut Doctor Who confidential, which I will be hanging on to forever. But it's nice to have the cut-down versions for the Blu-rays as well. So lots of extras there. And here we go into the big 50th anniversary saga. Let's take a look here. So of course we have this is of course a Zygon, the new slightly redesigned Zygon from the 50th anniversary special, The Day of the Doctor. So this is essentially the same disc that you get with the standalone release. It has the 3D and the 2D version on a single disc. So this gives you both the 3D and the 2D version, which is good. And and a pile of extra features. One thing that this does not include, very disappointed that it does not include this actually, is the theatrical sort of prologue. Because the special was shown in theaters as well as on television, and in theaters they had an exclusive 5 or 6 minute prologue featuring Matt Smith, David Tennant, and John Hurt. And you only saw John Hurt from the back because we didn't know who he was yet, but but there was quite a bit with David Tennant and Matt Smith, and it was quite funny. It was just a funny little intro, and I have no idea why it wasn't included here. Now there is a UK release of this set, and the UK release includes that, so I don't understand why we didn't get it. I mean, it was shown in theaters here, so why didn't we get it on the Blu-ray? I don't understand. So then next up, of course, we have The Time of the Doctor, which was the Christmas special that year, which was the 11th Doctor's final bow, as it were. Great special. I watched it again this past Christmas, and I still cried. And then to give you, of course, a look here, we have... Is this... Oh, no, I thought maybe it would be the wooden Cyberman, but it isn't. It's just a regular Cyberman. So there you go. Pretty cool. And and essentially again just the same contents that are on the standalone release. If I had known I was going to get this set or that it would exist, I probably wouldn't have bought the standalone release of that one. I definitely would have bought the standalone release of Day of the Doctor though, just because cool. Now this I was actually surprised to see they included. It's actually an adventure in space and time, which of course is the sort of docudrama, dramatization of the origins of the actual series, like the making of the series back in the 60s, with David Bradley doing an absolutely brilliant portrayal of William Hartnell, as well as William Hartnell and as the First Doctor. Great stuff. This is essentially just exactly the same as the disc that's in the standalone Blu-ray edition. The difference being the standalone Blu-ray edition also includes an Unearthly Child as a bonus. It is not included here. The reason that this is here is quite simple. It has a cameo by Matt Smith. So there you go. It gets included. And then finally, look at all the artwork here. Holy guacamole, Batman. It's just an explosion of hexagons. All right, so here we have the bonus disc. And this is, of course, the same picture of the Doctor as it appears on the cover. So this is the bonus disc. This is one of the big reasons to get this set right here. So you have the two-part Sarah Jane Adventures story, The Death of the Doctor. You got the Doctor Who 2013 Proms. You got the Day of the Doctor from Script to Screen, which is a nice little 15-minute look behind the scenes. And this is a real treasure here. You got the Five-ish Doctors reboot, which features Peter Davison, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, and Paul McGann all trying to weasel their way into the 50th anniversary special, and it's absolutely hilarious. Even has Stephen Moffat in some very, very funny moments there. Just a great special, and a real treat for fans of the classic show and the classic Doctors, of course. Just a really, really fun sort of tongue-in-cheek look at why the older Doctors weren't included in the special. And then we have Doctor Who The Ultimate Guide, which is nothing to sneeze at. That is a 2-hour, 3-minute documentary basically going into the entire history of the series. They've done a few editions of The Ultimate Guide over the years. This is the most recent one to date, and easily the most thorough. I think most of the other ones were only about an hour long, but this one goes into, and mostly just focused on the newer show, whereas this one goes into the entire history of the show. I mean, it covers all the Doctors, old and new, and features tons and tons and tons of interviews with lots of cast and crew. So it's really, really good documentary. One other thing that isn't included that I wish is there was an hour-long special done by Brian Cox, the physicist Brian Cox. Basically talking about the science of time travel and things like that. And it was really interesting and really well done. And it features bookend segments with him on the TARDIS talking to the Doctor, the Matt Smith Doctor. And but for whatever reason, that one isn't included either. So we don't have that special, and we don't have the theatrical prologue for Day of the Doctor, sadly. But otherwise, we have got a ton of other stuff. So I think we can live without 2 items. Otherwise, it's pretty much as complete as it can be. I mean, there is a lot of stuff. All the prequels are on here. All the mini episodes are on here. All the comic relief specials are on here. It's got everything. And pretty much everything Matt Smith ever did in character as the Doctor is here. There you go. So there you go. Doctor Who, the complete Matt Smith years Blu-ray collection. Definitely a worthy addition to any Whovian's Blu-ray library. And, honestly, I wouldn't worry too much about the paper sleeves thing because they really do pop out easily, as you saw. And none of the discs are scratched. I mean, they're Blu-rays. They don't scratch very easily. So, and the lamination of the pages ensures that the potential for scratching is kept to a minimum. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that. I mention it a lot because a lot of people complain about it, and sometimes it's justified, sometimes it isn't. So in this case, I don't think those complaints are justified, and this is definitely a worthwhile set to pick up. If you want it, check the Amazon link in the description. There you go. Yeah, so really, really good stuff. It's a shame that those, couple of things weren't included. I don't know why they weren't included, but oh well, what can you do? I mean, it may be some kind of rights clearance issue thing, who knows. But yeah, so next on the list, I definitely want to pick up the David Tennant collection, and then I'll have a good chunk of the New Who era all collected together into handy dandy sets. Now, the David Tennant one has been out of print for a number of years now, and definitely goes for collector's prices. Best places I've seen to get them is a couple of my sort of regular reliable sellers on eBay seem to have them for a lot cheaper than they're going for elsewhere. Although, to be fair, I mean, the David Tennant one is a whole other season and a half beyond this one, so it's got a lot more content on it. But and well, just a lot more episodes. But to put it in perspective, on Amazon.com right now, I think it's going for $400. On Amazon CA, it goes for about $1,500. Like, starts at $1,500. I'm like, really? Come on, nobody's ever going to buy that. Do you just not want to sell your shit? Seriously, like, $1,500? Give me a break. Like, fully more than 3 times the price of what .com is selling it for? That's ridiculous. So yeah, so I saw some eBay sellers had it for about $200, which I think is about what it retailed for originally anyway. So that's perfectly reasonable as far as I'm concerned, given the rarity of the set now and the volume of content. So when funds permit, I will probably pick it up, and then I'll have series 2 through 7 of New Who. And then I'm likely just going to wait until there is the inevitable complete Peter Capaldi collection whenever he finishes his run, and then I'll pick that up as well. In the meantime, I'll just carry on watching them as they air. But, yeah, pretty cool stuff. Definitely going to enjoy watching these again. Rosie was so stoked when she saw I was getting this. So, yeah, she really likes the 11th Doctor. And, well, she likes all of them, really. I mean, she's her favorite classic Doctors, I think, are the 3rd and 4th. We were talking about this earlier today. New Era, she likes the 11th and 12th. She actually really likes the 12th Doctor, too. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alrighty, that is it from me to you for now. So I'd just like to take a moment to thank my Patreon sponsors. Big thanks to Kyle Pellegrini, who's one of my highest level sponsors right now. So big... continued thanks to you, Kyle, for the ongoing support. Really appreciate it. And big thanks to everybody else. So, consider dropping a few bucks into the Patreon pot, because it only helps to keep the magic happening. As I mentioned before, I mean, it's one of the reasons I've actually got some much needed parts coming for the camera that will allow me to continue doing videos. It's partly how I'm able to get big awesome Blu-ray sets like this that I can then do in-depth videos about. So the Patreon-ness is definitely appreciated, so thank you very much for all your support, guys. Appreciate it a lot. Alrighty, that is it from me to you for now. So until next time, thanks for watching, and sayonara. There we go. Take 2 of this entire video, because I thought I had transferred all the video over to the computer and then formatted the SD card on the camera to make way for new stuff, and turned out I forgot it. When I record videos, it often splits them into multiple files, and I had only transferred the last little snippet that it had recorded and not the main part of the video, so I lost pretty much the entire thing. So take 2. You really do got to bend the page just a little bit, just to get it over that lip there, and then you can slide out. And then of course you have one of the silents. Very cool, very creepy villains. Kind of like the skull of a gray alien. Kind of like the skull of a gray alien wearing a business suit. So it's like, if Slender Man and the gray aliens had a love child, it would be the Silence.